You know how everyone says buying a home is one of the most exciting moments of your life? Yeah, until you realize how complicated, emotional, and sometimes frustrating it can actually be, especially when the people meant to guide you start holding you back instead. Welcome to the First Gen Homeowners podcast, where we talk about real stories, real mistakes, and real lessons from the front lines of buying your first home. I'm your host, Dr. Yeti, and my goal is simple: to help first-time and first-gen buyers cut through the confusion, avoid the traps, and buy with confidence. Because here's the truth: the more you know, the more power you have at the negotiation table. So grab your coffee, settle in, and let's get into today's story. Alright, so picture this, because I think a lot of you listening might relate. You're out house hunting, you've got your budget, maybe around $800,000, you've been watching the market for months, maybe even years. Prices shot up during 2020, but now things are finally slowing down. You're starting to see price drops, listings sitting for months, sellers getting nervous. It's becoming a buyer's market. So this couple finds a house they absolutely love. It's got a unique setup, it checks so many boxes for them. But here's the kicker: it's been on the market for an entire year. It started at $939,000, dropped once to $899,000, and that's it. And the owners? They've already moved across the country. The home's been sitting vacant since last November. You can almost feel that motivation creeping in, right? So these buyers are thinking, okay, maybe we make an offer around $800,000. The house has been sitting forever, the market's shifting, there aren't many sales in this area, this could be our chance. Seems reasonable, right? But then their agent hits them with this: unless you're willing to go up to $850,000, it's not even worth touring. I don't think they'll go that low. And that's where things start to rub them the wrong way. Because this same agent had recently said a $750,000 house would never drop below $700,000. And guess what? 2 weeks later, it dropped to $680,000 and still didn't sell. So now these buyers are sitting there like, wait a minute, we're not being unrealistic here. We just want to see the house. And that's the part that really sticks out. They weren't demanding a miracle deal, they were being strategic. They saw market patterns, they understood the leverage shift, and they just wanted to test the waters. But their agent kept shutting it down. Twice they brought it up, and twice she basically said, "Don't waste your time." Now let me pause right there and say this, because I think a lot of buyers need to hear it. Sometimes agents, good agents even, get stuck thinking the way the market used to work still applies. They underestimate how quickly things shift. And when that happens, they can unintentionally hold buyers back. They're not always trying to be dismissive. Sometimes they're just trying to manage expectations or avoid what they see as a waste of time. But here's the truth: if the market's cooling and a property's been sitting vacant for a year, it's not a waste of time to at least go see it. You're not writing an offer yet. You're gathering information. And that's something I wish more buyers realized. A showing isn't a commitment, it's data. Every home you walk through teaches you something about value, condition, and opportunity. Even if you don't make an offer, you leave smarter. Now, if you've ever had an agent tell you not to bother making an offer, or even touring, go ahead and hit that like button if you're watching this on YouTube. And if you're listening on podcast platforms, follow the show and leave a quick review. It really helps get this kind of content out to more first-gen and first-time home buyers who need it. All right, back to the story. These buyers were being told no, but they were right to question it. Because here's what happens in real estate. When inventory goes up and demand cools off, sellers lose leverage. And the longer their home sits, the more flexible they become, especially when winter rolls around and carrying costs keep piling up. So even if $800,000 wasn't accepted right away, maybe they could have landed somewhere in the middle, maybe $830,000, or maybe some seller credits for closing costs. But they'll never know because their own agent stopped them from even trying. That's why it's so important to have an agent who aligns with your strategy, not just their comfort zone. Now, to be fair, agents have a tough job. They don't want you to waste time or get your hopes up. But part of their role is to represent your interest, even if they personally think your offer might not fly. Because at the end of the day, it's your money, your decision, and your risk to take. Here's the takeaway, actually. Let's call these your 3 takeaways for this episode. Number 1, don't be afraid to test the market. Even if an agent says don't bother, if you've done your homework, it's your right to try. Number 2, touring is information. You don't know what's possible until you see it in person. Every showing adds context. And number 3, stay patient and strategic. In a cooling market, motivated sellers eventually reveal themselves, and when they do, the buyers who stayed consistent win. If this story hit home for you, if you've ever felt like your agent was standing in the way of opportunity, share your story. Leave a comment if you're on YouTube, or message me directly if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. Your experience might be the next one we break down right here on the show. And hey, if you want to go deeper, if you want guidance, accountability, and a community of first-gen homebuyers learning how to do this the right way, join the First Gen Homeowners community. It's where we walk through situations just like this, step by step, so you can buy smart, negotiate confidently, and never feel lost in the process. All right, that's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, or share this with someone who's house hunting right now. They'll thank you later. I'm Dr. Yeti, and this was another real home buying story you'll definitely want to remember. Catch you in the next one.